my name is Jennerine Hawkins, and today I'm going to be informing you on owls as an endangered species. Several topics that I'm going to cover include how many owls are actually considered endangered, which owls are endangered in our area, wildlife preservation done by the government in this specific species, and what you can do to stop the extinction of endangered species in general. On to our first topic. How many owls are actually endangered? Well, according to the IUCN Red List, as of 2015, 46% of the overall owl population, this means that 77 out of the 170 known species have a decreasing population. Another 9% of those owls are critically endangered. This means that they are very close to becoming extinct. Only 3% of the overall owl population has actually become extinct. And the great news is that 49%, this means 83 of the 170 species, have a stable population. 2 different owl species have made it to the top 10 endangered birds list in 2013, according to the Scientific American. And another 2 species are actually endangered in our area. This is going to bring us on to our second topic. What owls are actually endangered in our area? There are 2 species endangered in our area, the first being burrowing owls. Burrowing owls have reached a 22% decline per year, according to the Saskatchewan Burrowing Owl Interpretive Center. They are the only owl that is not nocturnal. This means that they are awake and active during the daytime. The burrowing owl has a habitat of open grassland. This means your prairies. Okay? And they have seen a decrease in habitat space starting in the 1900s with the westward expansion. As we expanded west, we started using more and more of the prairie lands for agricultural purposes. And as agriculture has increased, their population has decreased due to loss of habitat. Burrowing owls also have a high mortality rate. This is because they are not high on the food chain. They have several animals above them, even though they are predators themselves. They are preyed on by larger owls, coyotes, and fox, among other predators in the prairie ecosystem. The second of the 2 most endangered species in our area is the northern spotted owl. The northern spotted owl has a forest habitat, and it is actually a specific kind of forest. The late successional forest is the habitat chosen by the northern spotted owl, and it actually has to do with the type of trees found in the late successional forest habitat. The late successional forest habitat as a whole is actually targeted largely by the timber industry, the lumber industry. Late successional forests are actually the number 1 place that timber harvesters go to get their product. The northern spotted owl is among many species who have been caused harm by the timber industry. In 1990, the northern spotted owl was actually listed as threatened on the Endangered Species Act. That moves us on to our third point. Our third point is wildlife preservation by the government. Okay, so in 1966, the Endangered Species Act, which I just mentioned, was established. And then in 1990, the spotted owl was added to this act, which later would lead to the Northwest Forest Plan. In 1992, the late successional forest habitat was designated as critical. This means that there was a very slim number of these forests available for any species to live in. In 1994, the Northwest Forest Plan was set into play. It protected more than just the northern spotted owls. It protected the trees, all plants, and all life within that habitat. However, this act was only effective in Washington, Oregon, and California. In the year of 2008, a recovery plan for the northern spotted owl was set into action and later revised in 2011. And in 2012, they set into play the final law to protect the northern spotted owl. Forest conservation is one of the biggest things when it comes to saving endangered species, not just owls. And this is going to bring us on to what you can do to save endangered species. Several things you can do to help endangered species include learning about the endangered species in your area. The more you know about the endangered species in your area, the more you can find out what is causing them to become endangered. This can help you to prevent those things from happening. Another thing you can do is to visit or volunteer at a wildlife refuge or park. By volunteering at a wildlife refuge or park, you are able to help these organizations preserve wildlife. Limit and or eliminate herbicides and pesticides. Herbicides and pesticides are damaging to species at all levels. Excuse me. Slow down when you're driving. That's another thing you can do. Slow down when you're driving. There are animals that live in developed areas everywhere. Almost everyone you know has probably hit a deer, a squirrel, or something while driving. If you slow down, you're more cautious. I'm not saying go 55 and an 80. Just slow down. Pay attention to the road, and you can help preserve these animals. Buying sustainable products. Buying sustainable products such as bamboo products or other products that are made from renewable resources instead of ones made from rainforest trees or tiger skin. Don't promote poaching. If you go to a foreign country, it's always fun to bring back something. But don't bring back something you know is not right. Don't be bringing back a tiger skin purse. Don't be bringing back ivory from elephant husks. These products are all made from endangered species, and by purchasing them, you are promoting the act of poaching. Do not participate in poaching. That's another thing you can do. Don't participate in poaching. Don't be trapping or harassing endangered species. Another thing that you can do is to protect their habitats. That is the biggest thing we can do here to save these animals, is to protect their habitats. By protecting habitats, entire ecosystems can be saved from extinction. All in all, what we have covered is how many owls are actually endangered, which ones are endangered in our area, wildlife preservation as it's being taken by the government, and what you can do to help. Thank you.